farabalẹ̀ kẹ́gbọ́. Ilé-ìwé ṣe pàtàkì, ó ṣe kókó. We need to know what do we dey do. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣera wa lọ́kàn. Ọdí gómìnà wa, èyí tá a gbé fún yín. Ṣó ní kẹ́ tẹra mọ́? Ẹ jẹ́ ká ronú. Ìyàn dédé kọ́ ṣe lọ́rọ̀ ti wà, ọ̀rọ̀ sì wà pẹ̀lú Ọlọ́run. Ta ni ọ̀rọ̀ ṣe bá Ọlọ́run náà ní. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ké pè é nígbà ìṣòro àtẹwà lóhùn. Kò ní bàjẹ́ o lójú mi, ẹ má ní bàjẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ. Ìṣọwọ́ ẹ ṣó ní kò tẹra mọ́ ní tèmi. Let's not try, I will surely defend my country. Kò má ní bàjẹ́ lọ́wọ́ mi. Bàbá àgbàlá ṣe látàwọn wá pé kí Nàìjà kó má bí sí i. Lọ́wọ́ ayọ̀ lè bàjẹ́, èso máa lè lágbára lórí ẹ̀. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ tá a gbé fún yín, tí ó lọ yẹ kẹ́ tẹra mọ́. Ọdí gómìnà wa. Ìyàn dédé kọ́ ṣe lọ́rọ̀ ti wà, ọ̀rọ̀ sì wà pẹ̀lú Ọlọ́run. Ta ni ọ̀rọ̀ ṣe bá Ọlọ́run náà ní. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ké pè é nígbà ìṣòro àtẹwà lóhùn. Ìlú mi, ìlú oríire ni. Èmi ò máa ní fọwọ́ sí júwe lé bàbá tèmi yé.
I want to take it easy on them. We're going to have one or two questions and press this audience this morning. It's important that we note that this is no political rally. You know, it's easy to criticize those in authority, but then this is speaking to both those in authority and those of us out here to walk our talk. You know, together we'll build this great nation. That's not to say there's anything wrong with critically drawing their attention to things that are of concern to us, but we are not insulting anybody. If they need anything right now, they need our prayers. You know, so we're going to call on one of the social giants in this country, helping to build a social industry, which is very key, by the way. We'll call on Peter Pankole to address us. Please give him a round of applause.
Good morning, everybody. I'm going to focus my brief comments on walk the talk by acting on yourself. Walk the talk by acting on yourself. One of the easiest things to do is to talk about the other person. But the experience will be much richer and better if we start by checking ourselves. In the health sector, somebody will say, go and do a health check so that you can know your status, and then you know how to behave appropriately. In this same vein, what I will request of you is to take one or two key things that you as an individual can change. The way you want, the kind of change you want in your environment. Pick just one or two and act on that. Stop talking, start walking. Let's keep walking.
You know, people were laughing. People were laughing when I said the pace was too much for Prof. Did you see? Why are you defending it?
No, Prof is here. It's not true. Prof is here.
No, Prof stylishly started gisting. When the pace was too much for Prof, he started gisting stylishly. Okay. Did you guys see Prof? I told you the pace was too much for him. Then he started gisting stylishly. Asking me was in very important state discussion. Look at Prof's lawyer. Come. No worry. Look at Prof's lawyer. He said it's not so.
Yes.
So yeah, what's his case? This is Joe.
You're the one who might be influenced. Look at him standing there.
Well, I think it's a very worthy cause.
Make you agree on when you go.
As you said, it's not a political party.
You understand?
We are speaking
I'm not going to
ourselves first of all, and then we're speaking to the larger force. That if we all work together, Nigeria will be better. Do you agree? Yes. If you change, Nigeria will change. Do you agree? Yes. Alright, so we have someone in our midst to talk to us at this point, someone very sacrificial, giving herself to several body causes. In fact, I think it's a family that has given themselves to several body causes. Join me in welcoming Mrs. Okema. Thank you. Doctor. Forgive me. I know I'm doctor, so I know it's a lot of work. So Doctor Joe Okema, thank you.
Thank you. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the convener of CVL, Center for Values in Leadership, are great women, mothers, fathers, Nollywood stars, children, gentlemen of the press, walk the talk. Yes. Our work today is to prove a point, and that point is that there must be a change of mindset if we must have a Nigeria that works. It's not enough for us to make sweeping statements. It's not enough for us to become onlookers, because every onlooker is a coward or a traitor. But it's for us, whatever we believe in, we must always realize that conscience is an open wound, only truth can heal it. So when we talk truth to power, then that means the conscience will be healed. And in walking the talk, it has to take place within our immediate environment, wherever we find ourselves, as students, as marketing men, as leaders, as representatives of the people. We must always walk the talk. If we had walked the talk, perhaps Chibok wouldn't have happened. Perhaps, as we speak, we would have been able to rescue the girls. And as we walk the talk today, we remember our girls that have been held hostage. They are still with terrorists. And we are saying that we will not agree for them, because they remain innocent, for them to be sworn with terrorists. The girls must be rescued now. So once they rescue the girls, now. Rescue our girls, now.
Same face, same distance.
After 5 minutes, just arriving. It is well. We're going to have one special person. You know, they just relate our economy. Did you know what were the new entrants into the calculation? Nollywood was one of these. Am I right? So we have a representative of Nollywood here to address us. All of these are what do videos on the We have somebody to see. We have where's she? We have to look at our mother here to speak to us.
True leadership is not in bullying but in service. And I also believe that Nigeria is great because there's hardly anything we want in the whole world that we don't have in this country. So I believe it's just for us as Nigerians to live by example. If every individual decides that I want to be patriotic and not individualistic, then we can make the difference. And if everybody should see his or herself as a leader, definitely we understand that we have followers, so we live by example. Let us as Nigerians think outside of the box at each point in time. The countries that are making a difference, it's not because they have two heads, and it's not because they are more intelligent than Nigerians, but because they decided to be patriotic instead of being individualistic. Let us try to make the difference.
All of us. Yes. Because today we started something special. But we have only just begun. Today we began to send a message to our compatriots, to our fellow countrymen, that it can be different. Today we worked and we tried very hard to do things right. We did not, because we wanted to make a statement, close down the city of Lagos. We left the track, and others who wanted to go about other business were able to do so. And we are very proud of all of us for this conduct. Today we suggested that our city does not have to be dirty. So as we use the various consumables that were available to us, we passed them on to people from Loma who showed that they were patriots who walked their talk by working with us. And so we kept our city clean. Now this is important because it's all about example. It's about example because our country is a country of great potential, even in making popcorn.
Exactly. Exactly.
Of course.
And so, as we walk up to a finale, which is only the beginning of a process, we want to say that we should be the example of a change that we want to see in the world. We should do honor to people like Mahatma Gandhi, who have called us to be an example of the change that we want to see in the world. So as we thank you for participating, we'd like to welcome some of our very special role models for today. Our role models for today are part of a series at CVL of using role models to show tomorrow and its possibilities to today. We have a couple of these role models with us, and I'm going to invite Bidemi to invite those who will give us remarks of encouragement from the experience of their own lives, because autobiographies are really the great scripts on which we can fashion a believable tomorrow.
Okay, today we began something special to get Nigerians to take ownership of building the bridge between the talk and action. Today we said it should not be about pronouncements, it should be about how we deepen doing what we promised to do. That way our country can reclaim its promise, because the promise of Nigeria is great. It will take people who walk their talk to claim that promise. Thank you.
Somebody saw what we posted on Facebook about him and said he's a man that's always what he asks. So we're going to invite him to come and share with us in a quick 10 minutes his life experience. How did he make it to become who he is today? I invite all of us to please give him the audience. Once he finishes that, we'll introduce the movie, watch the movie, and I will come to the end of the program. Once again, welcome to the second segment, and join me in warmly welcoming Mr. Victor Olaito with a round of applause.
Well, I say good morning.
Good morning.
It's been a long walk to this freedom. I am really delighted. I am humbled to be in your midst this morning. And I am very, very humbled that you have chosen me as your role model for this month. I saw the other iconic figures you had on your program, which is very impressive. Unfortunately, programs like this don't get to meet the people that need to hear it. But I think what we have done today is going to bring around the globe of Nigeria. And I really commend everybody. Congratulations. Victor Olaito, I was born and raised in Lagos, Lafiaji to be exact. I went to primary school in the middle of Lagos, St. Joseph's Elegbata. I went to St. Gregory's College a little bit. My father died, I got transferred to the West. I went to high school in Ilesha. My principal at the time was Chief Ade Farati, the former governor of Ondo State. At the time, he taught us a lot of ideas about being, leaders, about being great people. And from school, I have excelled academically and in sports. And that has been my motto in life, that the only thing a man dies with that you can take with you when you die. You can't take all the wealth, you can't take all the cars. If you build 1 million houses, one of them you can't take with you. The only thing you take is integrity. And the challenge we are having in the country today is lack of integrity. And we hope and pray with movements like this that somehow, somewhere, we would have raised the next great leaders of tomorrow. Now, there are lots of young people here. A friend of mine once told me to clean Nigeria up, you need to kill everybody from age 5 upwards and send the rest of them somewhere that they have ideal and integrity, train them for a few years and bring them back to Nigeria, because Nigeria is corrupt to the core. This is a sad thing to say. I knew this country when I was growing up. There was a lot of integrity. You help people to push their cars when it breaks down without having to expect, a payment. You help people with lift. You see them on the road, you take them to where they are going without asking them for a dime. But today, even your children, you ask them, go and bring my cup. You will say, Daddy, will you give me sweet? That is where corruption starts from. And we as parents, as leaders, as young men and women, we need to learn to walk the talk from now. Don't just let the word be a word. Live it. Practice it. I try my best to have integrity. If I don't have integrity, I know where I could have been today. But sometimes in Nigeria, it's either you take the money in corruption or you take your integrity and walk away with it. Because when you die, that's the only thing you will have left. So if you know that, I know a lot of people are pressed by the austerity in the country. They want to make it at all costs. They will say to hell with integrity. But my dear, when the time comes, when you get very old and all the wealth don't mean anything to you again, you will be looking for it and you can't buy it with money. So it's better you keep it today. The more integrity you can keep, the best for you. It's a hard thing. It's like a valued painting. It's very beautiful, you wish to have it, but it's expensive to afford. But the moment you can afford it, take the advantage, take the opportunity. Don't sell yourself cheap. What is killing our society today is because all our leaders and young men and women have sold themselves cheap. A lot of multinational companies come to this country because they saw the laxity in our corruption. They took advantage of it and they corrupt a lot of us. And we think that's the way to go in life. No, you can stand up right. You can walk the talk and be who you are supposed to be. Selling yourself cheap will not go a long way. I know a lot of wealthy people in my family, as friends, as colleagues, as acquaintances.